In December 2025, Depeche Mode released 4 tracks from their Memento Mori recording sessions. These were 4 unreleased tracks which they now released, and I've already reacted to 2 of those songs. In this video, I'm going to react to the 3rd song. Hi and a warm welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Vaughn. I'm an artist and artist development coach and a keyboardist for the UK band Mesh. Now in this video I'm going to react to the 3rd of the 4 tracks which were released from Depeche Mode's Memento Mori recording sessions. If you've not seen the first 2 videos, check out the links in the description below. And the first video I reacted to was Survive. I then came back and reacted to Life 2.0, and I was pleasantly surprised how good that was. I really enjoyed the track and my favorite of the 2 so far. But today I'm going to be listening to Give Yourself to Me. Now, as I did with the first 2 tracks, my honest to God's truth, I have resisted listening to all these tracks because I wanted my reaction to be honest and authentic, which it will be. So without further ado, let's jump into Give Yourself to Me. Slow as usual.
Before the fates sing,
yeah, typical.
Before the bells ring, before the violins, give yourself to me. After the night falls, somewhere in shadows, watching the time crawl, give yourself to me. Maybe by my own hand, or maybe not, or an accident with no plan or no plot. Take me with intent or as an afterthought. Take me any way you want. Take me any way you want.
Like that. Still on your strings.
After the dust flies, before the goodbyes, under the godless skies, give yourself to me. Deep as the dark sea, sweeter than morphine, waiting in my sweet dreams. Give yourself to me. Maybe by my own hand, or maybe not, or an accident with no plan or no plot.
Okay, this is nothing. This is nothing exceptional. Once again, it's the first time I've heard it, and usually with Depeche Mode songs, even though I'm a fan, I need to. Depeche Mode songs, even the ones I love the most, I never instantly liked them. Most of them, not really. I mean, songs like "Enjoy the Silence" and things like that are kind of instantly likable, but a lot of even the big songs like "Walking in My Shoes," they got to grow on me, and that's just me personally. What do I say about this one? This one, just off the bat, it comes in with a typical slow sort of. It's exactly that sort of slow 80 to 100 BPM tempo, which I was predicting. Dave coming in with that brittle kind of typical of his vocal over the last sort of 15 years or so. This is what I liked about the previous one, Life 2.0. Dave really had elements of that sort of old school Dave, the sort of with a lower larynx position, that sort of like 90s, late 80s, 90s sound he had in his voice. This one to me sounds more typical of sort of everything in the last sort of 15 years or so. It doesn't stand out to me at all. This is to me sort of typical demo mode. This to me sounds like a demo which they're releasing, and not a bad demo, but then again, the quality and standard of demos these days is a lot different to what it was many years ago. And if you're a producer, you will know what I'm saying. So yeah, there's nothing sort of stand out about this. It's quite sort of what I would expect from these sessions. As I said, the last track, Life 2.0, really stood out to me as something really, really special. This to me just sounds like, I guess what I would say, a reject from the Memento Mori sessions. And coming back to the previous track, which I listened to, Life 2.0, a lot of you agreed that should have been on the album, but then I went on to say that when you're putting an album together, there has to be cohesion, and sometimes a song, as good as it is, sometimes it's a standalone track, and that certainly was the case, I feel, in Life 2.0. I loved the Live 2.0, and we'll get into that more a little bit later. And just to remind you what I said, this is the third track, Give Yourself to Me. I will, when I've reviewed the fourth and final track, which I believe is called In the End, I think. Yeah, In the End. Once I've done all four of them, I will then release a long video, probably about an hour long or so, where I will actually break the songs down into the chords, and we'll go into more detail, because it's very difficult to give a sort of complete analysis on a song when you've just heard it. So the idea with this reaction is just to react my initial feelings. And if you watched coming back to Live 2.0, my initial reaction was one of surprise and joy, because I really, really liked the track. This one, to me, I've already kind of forgotten it. Give yourself to me. It's kind of throwaway. It's just a demo. I listen to this track and go, yeah, I can see why it didn't make it onto the album. Still better than Caroline's Monkey, though. But yeah, this to me is nothing special. Having said that, it's not bad. I'm not slagging it off. Let me just quickly. This does have the typical sort of gorism, and remember, a gorism is not a technical term. It's a term I've coined, meaning when with Depeche Mode sequences and melodic sequences, there's always you can never kind of predict the chord which is going to come. There's always like a left field chord that comes in. In music terminology, it's called a borrowed chord, where you use a chord or a key which does not belong in that scale, so to speak. Bad explanation, but you know what I mean. A lot of Martin's chords and stuff are quite unconventional, and you hear that first roundabout here. Let's go.
After the night falls, somewhere in shadows, watching the time crawl.
That's the gorism. That's that chord that kind of you never see it coming. And as much as I'm familiar with Depeche Mode's music, Martin will still catch me out with a classic gorism every now and then. Certainly, the song has sort of a verse, chorus. There's no sort of traditional bridge and middle eighth and stuff like that, and Depeche Mode don't usually follow those rules. But certainly when we come to this second section here, which I guess you could call the sort of bridge chorus, which is here.
maybe by my own hand, or maybe not, or an accident with no plan or no plot.
I mean, there's a lot of potential there. But just in the production, in the execution here, not in the vocals or anything, just more in the sort of general production. This could have just been so much more boom, boom, but it just lacks power. It just sounds flat.
Or an accident with no plan or no plot. Take me with.
It really needs that. It really needs. It's just lacking. It falls flat here. Once again, to me, this is just a classic sort of Depeche Mode style song of the last 15 years or so, and this to me is very demo mode style, and very much I can see why it didn't make it onto the album, because this is nothing special. It's not bad, but of course, with Depeche Mode, nothing should be mediocre. It should always be exceptional. I like the strings and everything. I like the chords. It's got the typical Martin voice in the background. It has the sort of Martin Gore type guitar, those types of his approach. Once again, everything here is in sort of this is in a very safe mode. Let's call this safe mode. This is nothing special, I don't think. Not bad, but I could see why this didn't make it onto the album.
Yourself to me.
I like how they come onto the second part and they bring in like an acoustic snare, whereas in the first time around it's more that sort of like lo-fi type snare. There's a lot I can say about this, but not much after having just heard it the first time, but except that it's not incredibly memorable. It does have that typical sort of you can hear sonically it's from the Memento Mori sessions. Once again, Memento Mori was one of the best albums they've released in many years, in my opinion. I felt that it was a return to form again. I wasn't too crazy about the preceding couple of albums or 3 albums before this. But that's it really. Not much I can say more than that, but I will return and do the 4th track, or react to the 4th track, which is called In the End, and then once again I will return with a long video where I break all the songs down into the chords, and we'll go into in a little bit more detail. And once I've listened to this song a few more times, it may grow on me, but certainly upon initial reaction here, this is kind of exactly what I was expecting, and it's nothing to get excited about, in my opinion. Now, it's up to you. Please leave your comments in the description below. If you're new here, I hope I have earned your subscription. And for those of you who've been following me from the beginning, know that I'm very grateful for your support, as always. I'll see you in the next video. Lots of love. Adios.